Good evening. Hello, everybody. Tonight's going to be a pretty cool night. We're going to see, and I've seen all the material, we're going to see pretty stunning and crazy fun and amazing advertising with amazing strategies. But first, I want to get to know you. So, who of you thinks he or she has traveled the furthest to get here tonight? By show of heads. Where did you come from? Zurich. We have Zurich.
Valencia, Spain.
Valencia, Spain. Does anyone beat Valencia in Spain? So Valencia in Spain. You traveled the furthest. Big applause from Spain to Vienna for tonight. And grüezi to Zurich. Who of you thinks he's the oldest in the room? Who of you thinks he's the second oldest in the room? How old are you? 60. Who beats 60? 81. Who is beating 81? 81 and still going strong. Big hands of applause. Great to have you here. He wants money. Who thinks he or she is the youngest tonight here? The youngest. Where is the youngest person in the room? What's that? Give me your age. 20. Who underbeats 20? 22. Well, 20 is already the lower bar. Who's below 20 here? No one? Well then, big hand of applause for the youngest person in the room. And what we're going to have here tonight is we want to have a lot of noise because we have people coming in here for their presentations and working hard on their presentations. I've been speaker coaching them. They're really excited to share their strategies with you. So I'm curious if that wing is making more noise than that wing. So let's, by 3, 2, 1, give me some noise. 3, 2, 1. The second part of the room, the second wing, and I'm already deconstructed, and it hasn't even begun yet. Here we go. This is how a mic looks like when it doesn't have a mic. While we're doing this, while I'm doing this is my mic. By 3, 2, 1, you guys make some sound. What do you think? Was that more or less than the other one? I think that I want to hear these guys again. By 3, 2, 1, give me some sound. Now you. And everyone. Very cool. Who are you? So this Strategy Austria team did a conference last year, Power of Problems. Who of you was in the room last year for the Power of Problems? A few people. Can you remember when I went on the stage and I started to speak, no one listened to me because the battery was empty? And I had to chase Sonja for some battery. I feel like this is my thing, that I start a conference with getting gear up to working in first place. How's that sound? Am I getting... I think I'm gonna make that work. Oops. Yeah, but I deconstructed it again. See, here we go. You know what? Give me the mic and I'll fix this later. I can do it like that. So here's the thing, that we're in a building that's ancient with a lot of history, and we can't ignore that. So I'd like to give you some insights about this place. I was always best in history lesson at school. That's a lie. I need these guys because I have to read now. You see, there's a lot of gear happening on that stage. Now I feel like I'm getting there. Professor Niki, Ernst. So here we go. That building has a lot of information about the history. I asked the administration to share that with me, and 10 minutes later, I had a master thesis with 280 pages in my inbox. So I'm going to save you from that. But it's the headquarters of the College of Physicians in Vienna, or Gesellschaft der Ärzte, founded in 1837. And Theodor Billroth, that guy over there, generally regarded as the father of abdominal surgery, close friends with Brahms. He was the leading patron, no, Brahms was the leading patron in the musical scene. He was the guy who was president when they made this building, when they built this. Ludwig Richter was one of the 5 architects being invited to give a bid for the building. And they finally opened the doors on October 27, 1893. So who's good at maths from 1893 to 2018? We're celebrating the 125th anniversary in a few days. So a big hand of applause for the birthday of this building. A little about building costs. So the cost of the building was 115,000 florin. That was the currency in Austria by the time. So the Austrians, that was Austrian-Hungarian monarchy. So the Austrians had the florin, the Hungarians had the forint. And 115,000, which is kind of interesting or not, was actually the equivalent of a euro. So when we run that budget through the inflation engine, 125 years later, that would be 7.5 million euro, which is quite cheap, I guess, for a building like that. Well, I guess it was so cheap because they didn't have to install internet in the 19th century. However, for architectural insiders, what you see is neo-Renaissance. And Renaissance is French for rebirth, which basically means that every style that you try to figure out to associate, it's not that style. Most of it is Italian classicism. And we have one more Basque, well, we have a lot of Basques here, but one important one, that's Škoda. Josef Škoda was a Czech physician, medical professor, and dermatologist. He was one of the founders of the modern medical school of Vienna. And one more thing about the room, which is actually an interesting fact, and I guess you've realized it when you came into this room, that there are tons of doors all around. And this room was built for doctors, and they had medical emergencies. So these doors were there so the doctors could get out of the room without disrupting what's happening in the room. That's why we have so many doors. But I also had the rumor that a lot of doctors chased out of the room because it was boring inside. But I'm sure this is not going to happen tonight. Tonight is dedicated to strategies, and it's the 4th time that we're celebrating the best communication strategy. And it's the first time that it's outside with nominees outside of Austrian borders. The flip side is that we don't have any Austrian as a nominee. Although we have a few Austrians nominated on the stage, but no Austrian agency. So, however, there are some amazing Austrians I'd like to welcome on the stage. So please give it up for the president of Strategie Austria, Sonja, Prem, and Ulli, Helm, member of board and both godfathers of the Strategy Slam.
Hi. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the International Strategy Slam. Welcome to Vienna. The Slam team is really excited to have such a fine audience here tonight. Thank you for coming. And yeah, Ulli and me, we are playing a little bit of Eurovision Song Contest, double moderation right now. And yeah, give you some information about this award. We created this show in order to connect and inspire the strategic community, and what is more, we wanted to make strategic achievements visible in a fun way.
Tonight we are very proud. It's our Strategy Slam number 4, but actually it's the first one that's really, really international. The idea for that was born last year in Zurich with our lovely colleagues from the Account Planning Group Switzerland, and together we made that happen, so thanks a lot.
Numerous countries submitted their fantastic cases, and 7 of these cases made it on the stage tonight. And they were selected by a highly profiled jury consisting of various experts from different backgrounds. In name, Jasmin Rubner, Brand Trust Germany. She is here over there. Ah, yeah. Hi, welcome to have you here. We have Gordon Nemitz, Think Zurich, and also APG Switzerland. Vincent Schmidt-Lin, Service Plan Holding. We have Wolfgang Eigner, eConsult, IPG Spain. Great to have you tonight. We have Christine. We have Christine Antlanger-Winter, Mindshare Austria, and last but not least, our lovely Vice President of Strategie Austria, Daniel Ratzenberg, Erste Group.
So right in here are the rules for the night. Our slammers can elaborate over everything, but not over 9 minutes, because then the lights go out.
In good tradition, the winner of the International Strategy Slam will be chosen by you, the audience, and our guest listeners following us via live stream.
So listen carefully. After having heard all these amazing cases, we will ask you for your vote, and the proud winner will receive the trophy.
Well, let's move on and pass over to Niki, our host again. What makes Niki the perfect host for tonight, Ulli?
Niki is at home in the world of big ideas and shaping the future. He's TEDx ambassador and co-founder of the Silicon Valley Inspiration Tours.
And what is more, he's a truly venturous, he's a very all-embracing and curious mind. Thank you for taking care of tonight. Great to have you, Niki.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show.
What they forgot to mention is that I'm a terrible clown and mic dropper on the stage. However, now everything should be working, and I'm not going to jump around to lose the mic again. Yeah, I tend to forget to introduce myself. Thank you so much for that warm introduction. Wonderful to be your host tonight, to guide you through this evening. As I said before, it's an amazing set of speakers that we're going to listen to in the next 90 minutes-ish. I feel highly privileged spending this life with people who see things others don't, with people who have brilliant ideas, concepts, strategies, people like you, and people like the ones that we're going to see quite soon on that stage. Before that, to give you a little significance of this event, I would like to time travel together with you. Who of you has been at the Strategy Slam Award in the past, by show of hands? All right, that's quite a few of you. So you might have seen in 2015 Ali Malocci in Berlin, the founder or co-founder of What You Do, one of the most amazing and successful and renowned startups in Austria. Or in 2016, here in Vienna, Gabriela Sonnleitner won, and she's host with the Magdas Hotel. She's host for our speakers, and it's a perfect proof how to deal with problems like the refugee crisis in a beautiful, beautiful way. Last year, André Felker from Service Plan Vienna was here on the stage. A super successful and huge agency also represented tonight. Cool things happen when cool people meet. And the Strategy Slam is a perfect example of what happens when Germany, Austria, and Switzerland co-work together on a conference, on an event like this. Before we go crazy, a few housekeeping things. If you have missed going to the washroom before you came inside, to the toilet, this is the perfect time to regret it. Because I want you to bear with us. I want you to stay inside and not leave the room. It's a small room, and even though we have a lot of doors, we'll realize when you're leaving. It's kind of a weird thing, so please bear with us. But I want you to let everyone who's not coming, did not come here, to know and feel that they have made the wrong decision for tonight. So tweet, Instagram, post as if there's no tomorrow. Use your mobile phones, make pictures from the stage and share them with your peers. There is a hashtag, and that's StratSlam18. So like Strat without the EG and Slam 18. You can also ping your friends to vote. We have a live stream. Everyone waving to the live stream. Can you wave to the live stream with me? They also have audio. They would listen, they would hear you. Whatever, there was a silent waving to the live stream. Good to have you. There is voting. We're going to share the URL for the voting later. Voting starts after the presentation, so whatever you think you'd start voting, would delete it, would reset the voting system for the moment after the presentation, so everyone's voting at the same time. It's going to be 7 presentations. Don't go home after the 7 presentations because this is where the party begins. So there's food and a DJ down there. It's going to be a fun night. One more thing that's good for you to know, because you can also kind of be excited with the speakers. You can see these 8 lights. Every speaker has a max of 9 minutes talking time, and every minute 1 light would go off, and when he's talking over 9 minutes, the room would go dark. So we'll all experience, it's kind of the countdown that everyone can see, everyone in the room can see. All right, I think the big moment has come. Without further ado, I would, like we rehearsed earlier, and I won't jump around with you, but you will do that, make some big noise for our Strategy Slammers 2018. And that's Chris, Ella, Maciej, Eber, Rosa, Paul, Simon,